Alright, what's up everybody? We're just going to start this build by ripping down some scrap pallet wood that I had laying around. I think this is redwood or something. And I just ripped one side of it down to get a smooth edge, and then I'm cutting them down to 2 inches wide. And now I'm cutting them to 18.5 inches long, and that there was just a little piece that I'm going to use for a backing strip. Seems like every time I do one of these edge glue ups, I always end up putting glue on the last piece, even though I don't need to. There's those backing strips. Just going to put a little glue on them and put a couple brads in them. Alright, now I've got some reclaimed barn wood here. This is oak that apparently came from a local South Carolina barn. And again, I'm just cutting one smooth edge on, and then I'm ripping these down to 2 inches wide. These grippers are really handy, but there's a lot of adjustments that you can make, and sometimes they can slow you down a little bit, but for the most part I actually really like this thing. Definitely a lot safer than some of the methods that I have used in the past on the table saw. Alright, so I've adjusted the height of the blade to about 3/4 of an inch. And I'm just adjusting my fence here. What I want to do is rip this in half. And I'm kind of just eyeballing it, getting it close, and when I think I've got it good, then I'll go ahead and rip them right down the center. Rip one side, flip it over, then just raise the blade up a little bit and rip all the way through. And you can see it wasn't really perfect there, but for what I'm doing here, it's okay. I'm just going to use the sander to smooth the back of it down a little bit. DIY Creators did a great video on this miter saw stand, and you don't actually adjust your saw to change the miter. You use like some sort of block or something. In this case I'm using this speed square, and it works really well. It gets really consistent 45s. I'll put a link in the description of that video. And all I'm doing is just kind of working my way around and sneaking up on these cuts. You know, I'll leave each one a little long and just trim off a hair as I need to as I go around. It's kind of a slow process, but it just gives you a better product in the end, I think. I'm just sanding the edge a little bit because I'm not really going to be able to get to that later. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue, and again we're going to use some brads to secure these. And then we'll just hit it real quick with the DA. Not trying to remove a lot of material, just kind of smoothing it out a little bit. Alright, now we're going to work on the outside part of that frame. And basically we're just doing the same thing that we did for the inside part. We're just slowly working our way around and sneaking up on that cut. And when you see me putting these little marks here to mark like the angles, I'm not really marking exactly where I want to cut. I'm just marking the way that I want the angle to go. You don't want to accidentally cut the angle the same way or something. You know, each of these angles should be opposite of one another. So this just kind of helps keep me in check. Alright, then we'll go ahead and put a little more glue on that edge, and we'll come back in with the brad nailer. I do put a little bit of glue on that end grain there. Probably doesn't do a whole lot, but the brad nails will really hold everything in. I'm sure some of you guys are probably going crazy because I'm using this glue over my table saw, but Just give it a couple more minutes and I'll be pulling out the super glue, and then your heads can really explode. So I printed out what I wanted to cut out here, and I just used some spray glue to hold it down to this scrap plywood that I had. And I'm using the bandsaw. This would probably be a better job for like a scroll saw or something, but I don't have one of those. So I'm just really taking my time, going slow with it. What I'm doing here is just drilling some holes, and I'm not doing this so that I can put the blade through. I'm doing this so that when my blade cuts into these cutouts, I have a little bit of room to move the blade around. Again, I'm just really taking my time here, just kind of using the front and the sides of the teeth to really work away at some of the material. Bandsaws can get pretty aggressive, so definitely make sure that if you try something like this, you're keeping your fingers out from in front of the blade. I know it probably looks like I'm sticking my hands right in front of it here, but I promise you, it's just the camera angle. Just go slow, take your time, and you'll get this thing cut out fine. Unfortunately, this is kind of going to be like a rustic looking sign, so these cuts aren't going to be perfect, but they'll be fitting for what I'm making. Alright, now that that's all dry, just going to come in and do a little bit more sanding, kind of smooth these edges out. And I'm going to use this little mini hand plane. This is one of my favorite ways for smoothing out edges on stuff. Do a chamfer, or, just slowly work that angle and kind of do a radius. And now I'm just scraping the tape off this. This was a real pain. If I did this again, I'd probably print the words in reverse and do this on the back side, so I wouldn't have to worry about getting all this off. And I actually really didn't get it all off, but again, it's kind of a rustic sign, so it sort of fits the look. And where I cut through to go into the middle of the letters, just using a little bit of super glue, and I'm going to come through and paint this thing, so it's not really a big deal that I'm using the black. That's the really thick stuff, and it just kind of worked really well for this. And then the stuff I'm spraying on there is just an accelerator that makes the super glue dry immediately. Alright, I'm using shellac to seal this. I already did the back, and now I've flipped it over and we're going to do the front. Kind of gives it a nice natural look. And I know it looks like I got a really cool pan down effect going on there, but that wasn't something that I intended to do. My camera slipped a little bit. Alright, now we're just going to use a little bit more of that super glue. While this was drying, I took this thing outside and just sprayed it real quick, and I used this black spray paint and then like a gray crinkle paint over the top of it, and I'll put a link in the description to what I used. It worked pretty well. Probably a little shinier than I would have liked, but alright, we'll hang it up in my kitchen, and we're just about perfect. Just gotta straighten it out a little bit. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the build, and I hope you guys learned something. I will see you over on this next video, and everybody please take care of yourselves and stay safe.